compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really wanna brag, I'm just telling that I'm leaving with a bag. High five to the scarred and the strange, from the outlaw that'll never get tamed.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Coming up, well, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens and themselves. Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Baltimore first down. It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Ravens first down.
Play action. Now Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Isaiah Likely, 28 yards. And the Ravens are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. Football. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
All security eluded him. A first down carry for Henry. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 15-yard line.
Second and 5. Now it's Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. They got to get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He'll try to do it himself. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 14 yards. And the Ravens take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. Really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
There's the stiff arm. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
To throw is Jackson. No hesitation, goes right back to Likely. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 6. And the Ravens 48-yard line.
Here's Jackson to throw. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They go play action now. Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Ravens are back within a score. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it. And he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Jackson going to keep it. And he will get into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for play.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here is 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
Go.
Henry up the middle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
First down. First down and 10 yards to go.
Now a handoff to Henry. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Jackson now off the bootleg. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 3rd and 3. Now it's Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And that is caught for the 2 points.
That makes the score Ravens 16.
So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Now a 2nd and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Short one there, caught by Likely. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 18.
Jackson going to change things up a bit.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. From the gun, Jackson. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. Through the middle of the field. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
First down. First and goal, Baltimore.
Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Isaiah Likely in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 5.
Ravens 16.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And able to get this out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
A short throw caught by Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
18 more yards. That's another Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's first and 10. Again to Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the ball.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to get the football back at their own 17. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. After the interception, here's Jackson. Sends it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A shotgun handoff to Henry. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Derrick Henry. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point splits the uprights, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Jackson now. That's caught. It's Flowers. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Now Jackson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack. No. Here's Jackson. That's taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Jackson going to keep it. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 15 yards. And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the... And he's into the clear. Well, that got pretty close to disaster. Going for 2, you cough it up. They almost returned it all the way to the other end for 2 for themselves.
You think a lecture on ball security...
You suck, buddy!
And it's not just taking care of it, it's what you just talked about. What can result when you don't take care of it? They almost gave up a score.
Shifts by him. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim 4th quarter lead, but whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
Play action. It's Jackson. Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Stop blitzing. It hasn't worked all game long. Sorry to tell you, stupid.
Trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over.
You see how stupid you look? You're a fucking idiot.
This gas, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead. This is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Another run on second down, trying to cover up. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers.
I'm not a bitch like you. I'm not kicking a field goal, buddy.
Might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a fourth down.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. And this is caught.
I told you to stop blitzing. You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. You deserve to lose, you little bitch.
Put this one away.
And Brandon, when they watch the film after this week,